Hello everyone, it's Kissy. I wanted to do a reading for the collective. So before I begin, I should say a few things. Put that down, please, Poppy. Put it down. So what I wanted to say was that a few things that have come up. The first thing is being very in touch with the body and noticing the details of consciously being aware of areas of our body that we might not give attention to regularly. So like the back of your ankles or something, or your toes, or the back of your elbow. I don't know, like just like areas that you may not give significant energy to or attention towards. It's just like in the details. There's like a sensuality about it also. Like for example, like just massage your face and you'll be like, it's, how do I put it? It's like very relaxing in such a way, like you give yourself the time maybe to like experience the sensation of relief or ease or even pleasure of just like I started laughing because it was like in my head I saw it like many people don't realize like it takes a lot of energy to keep your face angry all the time, but it also takes a lot of energy to keep your face happy all the time. And people sometimes like don't realize that they're practicing facial features regularly that I know that just sounds weird, but it's like, do you even know how much your body does kind of thing that you're not aware of? And then when you like give like yourself a face massage, you're like, wow, you were so tense. Like your upper lip is tense from what? From talking too damn much, or from having like a bitter lip, like angry, or from smiling all the time, like pageant smile. I gotta keep on a happy face at work. Good morning, sir. Oh, Lordy. I am reflecting upon my own life experience. So I'm not mocking anybody, but I'm just saying, like, these are things that I'm like tuning into. I don't know if it's this Gemini sun energy that has me like, or maybe it's just, I don't know, Uranus and Taurus with Mercury there makes me like more aware, attuned to like all the little details of the parts of my body that work together and cohesive, right? And then, oh yeah, and then out of nowhere I get like this thing. This rabbi that I found on YouTube somehow, right? And sometimes the questions that you ask yourself like will show up, and then you're like, wow, that message is exactly what I was asking in a certain kind of way. But in a certain kind of way, you didn't really like ask it directly like that, but then it just shows up and you're like, oh, this is a clue. This is a synchronicity. And then, so anyways, this rabbi comes in, he starts talking about Geminis, and it's like the perfect thing. It's like exactly kind of like where I was in terms of contemplation and within myself. And I was gonna post it, and then I was like, wait a second, like, who says this is for anybody? And not that I'm like being selfish about that, but it's just like you kind of get to a point in your life that you're like, okay, these things are for me. I mean, I can share them, but it's not like you get conditioned to like, I don't know. It was just weird. But I found it and I was going to post something about it, but it's just like, I was like, nah, let me just do a reading. Like, why let him say what I'm trying to say in my own words, in my own way? But it just goes with the energies that are as above, here below. So anyway, what was the other thing? Oh my goodness. See, I got so into that part that I forgot the other part. Okay. Now this one made me laugh because it was from the movie The Last Dragon, when Leroy tries to get into the master's, domain kind of thing, and he ends up like in a Chinese cookie manufacturing company, basically. Anyway, but when he's trying to knock and figure out a way to get in, he thinks he has to project this image of like he's like a guy from the streets, but he's very like dorky and spiritual in a certain way, right? So he's standing outside the door. He's like, what? I forgot what he said, but I remember it was something like deliver your pizza to Daddy Green's Pizza or something weird. It was like his father owned like a pizza shop, so he was gonna go deliver it to these people as a guise to get into the place that he wanted to get into. But then it made me think of like Gemini having to put on all these different like masks, different faces. Gemini to me is so versatile in terms of how it expresses itself in ways that it's like it could just put on any hat, so to speak, right? So when I saw that image in my head, it was like hilarious because that's what it feels like. It's like